What's happening, y'all? I'm Brandon.
I'm Dalysia.
And this is baby Brandon. Look at the camera, Dad. Oh, we about to tell y'all the time when we found out that she was pregnant. Yeah.
And we're going to be eating too. So it's going to be like a little story time / mukbang, however you say it.
That's really good.
I found out I was pregnant in March. Wasn't it March? And originally, what am I trying to say? So around January, I was on birth control, but like I was having hella bad side effects from it. Like I would just be nauseous every day, and and my stomach was hurting.
He wants some.
But yeah, I was nauseous every day, and my stomach was hurting. So I stopped taking it, and I was on the pill, and it was the lowest dosage, so they couldn't even lower the dosage. But I stopped taking it because like I'm low-key scared of all the other kinds of birth controls. Like I've heard bad stuff about all of them. Yeah, so I stopped taking it, and dang,
It came off.
I found out. What? No, I stopped taking it. I just spit. I stopped taking it, and then I started, it was like some weeks later, I started having like some cramping, and like it felt like pre-period cramps, like I was about to start my period, and I had them for like 2 weeks and I didn't start my period, so I thought it was like something else from the birth control, so I was worried. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to my doctor. So I called my doctor and we made a same day appointment, and this is when I was in school. It was my senior year, and
Which one?
I didn't go to school that day because my stomach was hurting. So I had one of my friends take me to my doctor's appointment. And my mom was beefing because she didn't even know where I went. Like, I didn't tell her because she was asleep. So I just went. So it was good. I gotta be taking pauses. I went there and the doctor was like, is it possible that you could be pregnant? So me, I'm like, nah. I'm like, no, I can't be pregnant. So she was like, well, we're just going to take a pregnancy test just in case. I'm like, all right, let's go come back negative. So I'm sitting there waiting for her to come back, and she comes back and she closes the door, and she just like kind of standing by the door. So I'm like, what? And she's like, you haven't felt a change in your breast or it felt different or anything? And I'm like, no. And then she was like, well, it came back positive. You're pregnant. And I'm just sitting there, and I was dead, like shocked. So I was like, okay. And then she just started hitting me with stuff like, here's a card to an OBGYN. I'm about to prescribe you some prenatal pills. Make sure you do this, make sure you do that. And I'm just sitting there stuck. And the one thing I'm thinking is, I need to tell Brandon and I need to tell my mama. And I was so scared to tell my mom. My mom was a teen mom too. She had me when she was 17. So like she always told me she wanted me to be better. Like she didn't want me to do what she did basically. So I text Brandon.
I thought she was lying. I thought it was something else.
What do you mean you thought I was lying? I didn't even tell you when I texted you.
No, I thought like when you was coming to like tell me that we had to talk about something, you had to talk about she was just playing. Yeah.
Oh, well, I texted him and I was just like, we need to talk. And he just kept asking me like, what is it about? Is it bad? But I wouldn't tell him nothing. So my friend ended up driving me to where he was staying, because at the time he was staying with one of his friends, and it was like a cool little drive. So we get there. I tell him to come outside. Oh, I skipped the whole part. When I told my friend, she didn't believe it, so she went and bought me a pack of pregnancy tests.
Oh, I forgot about
that. And we went back to her house, and I took one, and literally like 30 seconds later, it popped up that I was pregnant. So I was like, dang. And then the doctor had let me keep the pregnancy test that she had gave. So go back to where we was at. He gets in the car, and I was just like, I was scared to tell him. Like, I didn't know what to say, so I just gave him the pregnancy test. And okay, now you can tell it from your perspective. It's so cute.
So at first I thought she was lying because she used to always play games like, oh, I'm pregnant, but she'd be playing. So when she pulled up and she gave me the pregnancy test, I was like, in my head, like, these motherfuckers fake. So I ain't know what to say. I ain't know to be like, oh, you a lying, because whoever it was real, I would be feeling like an asshole. So when she told me that, I was thinking, man, like, damn, this shit real. So I just started like playing my whole life to get a good job. I gotta get my license. I gotta get all of that. And then like we just went, told her mom. Oh. I was bro, I was shaking. I was like, oh shit, her mom finna kill me. I was scared because I was like, oh, she gonna disown me. She ain't gonna want to mess with me no more.
My mom's texting me like, where are you at? You wasn't supposed to go nowhere. You ain't go to school. Da, 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 da. My mom, she would not let me leave if I didn't go to school. What's the matter? So I told her, I was like, I went to the doctor's, like, I'm on my way home. We need to talk to you. And she's like, who is we? And I said, me and Brandon. So I feel like instantly, like right then and there, she kind of knew. So we went there and we both walked in her room. I was so scared. Like, my heart was beating so fast. Like, I was so scared. I did not want to tell her. And so she's like, what? Like, what do you need to tell me? And I'm not saying nothing. And then she was like, you better not be pregnant. And I just sat there and like, I just nodded my head, yeah. And Brandon was like standing in the doorway, like he didn't want to completely come in. And we was like in her room, and he was just like standing in the doorway. And she literally turned to him and was like,
you might want to leave.
I got right out that mother.
he walked right out, and our friend was still waiting in the car, so he went to the car with her. So by this time it's just me and her talking, and she was just so mad. She was just like,
you might want to get out before I say some things I'm gonna regret.
And that literally made me so sad, and like I was already emotional because I just found out I'm pregnant, plus the little hormones, and like I was just so sad. What's the matter? So I literally went outside, and I was low-key, I was crying because I was scared, I didn't know what to do. So we get in the car, and then we drove to like this little place we used to park at and chill all the time. And I was in so much shock, and my mom ended up texting me and was just like, I'm sorry for how I reacted, like please come back home so we can talk. And I went back, and she preferred that it was just me and not me and Brandon. She knew I do not like believe in abortion. I feel like, you know, women should have their choice, but I personally do not like abortion. So she already knew that I was gonna keep them. And she was just like, whatever you decide to do, like I'm gonna support you, like I'm here for you. And we need to set up an appointment, and everything just went good from there. And now she loves him to death. Oh, Papa. Oh, Papa.
It's like
You
said,
get my love.
Like he literally just brightened her day. Whenever she's sad or mad, she'll come in and just see him.
Move my hand off his foot.
No, I was moving his foot down.
I was right here and you moved my hand.
Shit, I probably did. I don't know. But she was like, every time she'll come home upset or like sad, she'll just come right in the room and just want to hold him, and then he'll always just make her right back happy. But he's changed a lot of people's lives, because a lot of people was like always angry or like have little mood swings, but now it's just like
my whole family is bipolar. We just all bipolar.
But anyway, they like see him and just instantly just smile or like get happy.
Oh yeah, his little doggy outfit. But one thing, my mom had just had a baby 2 years before. So like my little brother, he's gonna be 3 this year in May. So I just thought that was like kind of weird how close in age they're gonna be. But he even loves him. Like he's so protective over him. He calls him his nephew. Sometimes he even calls him his grandson. But he's so protective over him. Like,
hey,
my mom will come and try to touch him. I'll be like, no, don't touch him. He just loves him. Everybody just loves him.
And then when my mom came out, he was originally supposed to be born. She came out here like
My
a
due
couple
date?
days before, and she left on his due date because she thought he was gonna be here like before.
No, she got here on his due date.
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did.
She left.
She got here on
Oh,
his due date.
yeah, now I just got that all wrong. But she came here
She
on his
left
due date
before
because
he
she
was
thought
born.
that he was gonna be here. The whole time she was here, we was walking up the hill, down the hill, doing
And then
all
at the
types
hospital, because I was thinking I was going into labor because I was having contractions.
Hey,
But I was stuck at 4 centimeters, so they kept sending me home.
that was making me
finished, so
mad
we got
because we kept going back and forth. I'd leave work early, go to the hospital, and they'd send us right back home. And then the day she left, the next day, he came. She said it too. She was like, "Why she come the day I leave or come
The day after.
Yeah." I was like, "You jinx yourself," because he really came the day after.
It was a roller coaster experience, especially like telling all my family.
Say hey.
Say hi, Papa. And say hi, Papa. Say hi to YouTube.
He worried about looking outside at the snow. And that's why I've been looking at this whole time at the snow, because I'm from Vegas, so it snow like this in Vegas, so it's like hella brand new.
Say hi. Say hi, Papa. Oh, look at that smile. He's so big. Mind you guys, he's only 2 months old.
Yeah, he gonna be tall like me.
Well, yeah, that's the story time of how I found out I was gonna have this little baby.
Like and subscribe to our channel if you like this video.
And make sure you comment if there's anything you want to see from us. We will say bye. Stop making that face.
Say bye, Dad.